Not too long ago, I saw someone post about how you either believe in God or you believe in the Big Bang, but you cannot believe in both. And this is not true. When God said, "Let there be light," that was one reality exploding for a new one to come into existence, to start over, to start a new reality from beginning. Something else I saw not too long ago is what if everything is a programming? Every belief that exists, whether it's a popular one like politics or religion, or if it's something different, unique. And even if we come up with new theories, they do become programmings because, a program is a belief. So even if it's something new and unique, a new theory, over time, it can become a programming. But we undoubtedly live in cycles, not only as small family collectives, but as larger collectives like a society or a power structure, a country, something of this nature, or the world. And so a common one, so I'm going to talk about one within a family unit. A common one, and nothing I say is meant to offend, it's just I'm using words to communicate an idea, to then share my own theory. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't care either way. To me, what's most important is the experience I'm having, and I share the information that I've learned along the way, along with how I perceive it, how I utilize it, and what my theories are, because for a long time now, my intention, my goal has been healing. Because I've had a very difficult childhood, very difficult teen and young adult life, and I suffered immensely, and I got tired of suffering, so I wanted to enjoy my life, and so that's where it all started. Well, no, it started at birth, and it started with a lot of pain and suffering, abuse and toxicity, but me coming up with my theory, technically started at that point as well, but my intention at one point became to heal. And so I did try church. Matter of fact, I was brought up in the Christian religion, even in private schools. For me personally, and the reason why I share my theory is because for those that are like me. So, everybody's different. Everybody, their mind works differently. Their needs are going to be different. So everybody deserves the opportunity to heal. And not everybody finds healing in just accepting a man dying for their sins because they're a helpless sinner. That doesn't help everybody. It didn't help me at all. Because when I'm told that I'm a helpless sinner, well, I keep sinning. And if I told that someone died because of that, well, then I feel like there's nothing that I have to do. I worded this part wrong, which is why I'm slipping this in here. I said he died because of my sins, but that's not correct. The way that it was presented to me is that he died for my sins, and the way that it registered in my mind is that he died so that I could continue to sin because I'm a helpless sinner. And it was never explained to me any other way. And I went to church. I went to private school up until 7th grade. Then when I left private school and I went to public school, I continued to go to church. Then I stopped for a little while. Then I went back in my 20s. And it has never been explained to me in any other way. But you accept him into your heart. However, the way I see that is when you accept Christ into your heart, you make your heart like Christ. So therefore, you have to follow his teachings in order to do that. You have to become like Christ in order to be filled with the Holy Spirit, in order for your heart to align with his, in order to ask him into it. Because Christ is not going to dwell in a filthy, rotten heart. So, with bad intentions, someone that deceives and manipulates and hurts people, Christ does not dwell there. So if you ask Christ into your heart and you're like a liar, a manipulator, you're getting life insurance policies out on people, you're ending their life so you can collect on the money, you're letting people suffer immensely so that whatever your intention is, but you don't mind other people suffering and you don't care and you're hurting people, Well, then you can ask Christ into your heart, but Christ is not going to dwell in your heart, obviously. You know, it's like Christ does not dwell in hell, but that's where helpless sinners dwell, because sin will throw you into hell. And the way that I see it is, heaven is an experience that you're having, and so is hell. Hell is an experience that you're having. And we come and go in these experiences. Sometimes we are experiencing heaven, and sometimes we are experiencing hell. However, the more you're able to have self-discipline and self-control and heal and have good intentions, the more you're going to experience heaven. And the more that you sin, the more you're going to experience hell. Because our thoughts, words, and actions create our reality. Our thoughts, words, and actions create the frequency that we exist at, which that is what determines what happens to us. So we have free will to some degree, and what we choose with our free will is what unfolds after. So every now and then we're given choices and options, and what we do is what determines events that will unfold, what events will follow. So if you're sinning a lot, then you're at a lower frequency, which means you're going to align yourself with many unfortunate events, and you're going to experience mostly hell. And if you are exercising self-discipline and self-control, and your intentions are good, and you're trying to have positive thoughts, and you're being considerate and respectful and treating other people good, and you're taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically to the best of your ability, well, the more you can do that, the more you're going to experience heaven. So, you know, no, nobody is perfect, but nobody's helpless either. We struggle because life is hard, but you just keep trying and it gets better. So I share my theory to help those that are like me, that, you know, just need help and don't know what to do. And asking Christ into their heart, that alone does not help, but to understand on a deeper level what that means, it means to keep Christ's commandments. And it just so happens that Buddhism and yoga are very detailed instructions on how to do that. But you can also take the quotes of Jesus Christ out of the Holy Bible and read them alone as well. I say all this to talk about the cycles we live in, not only on an individual level in our family units, but as a larger collective. And how, when God says, let there be light, it is one reality. It just, you know, there's a variety of ways it can happen, but it is eliminated so that a new reality can begin. See, God promised that he would never flood the earth, because when you flood the earth, life can still exist. And the life that can continue to exist will repopulate the earth and evolve again. But see, if we don't get it together, we're going to lose everything. And so what will happen next is God will say, let there be light, and everything will be eliminated. It will explode. It could be the sun exploding. It can be the Hadron Collider exploding. It can be planets colliding. It can be something colliding into the planet. It can be meteorites falling from the sky. It could be World War III. And then to that, Albert Einstein said, I know not what tools will be used in, or what weapons will be used in World War III, but I know that in World War IV, it will be sticks and stones, because World War III will be the end of everything. God will say, let there be light. I do know what's most important is the reality you're experiencing, because if you are experiencing a healthy, harmonious, fun, loving reality, well, you're going to have the eternal soul, and I believe in the multiverse. So I believe that you will merge into a higher reality, having a better experience, and you will never experience World War III.